What's up? It's the Ninja Prodigy back here with another video. This one's another run at Ninja Lounge. I competed last night in a competition. However, I didn't end up competing at my best because, as you're going to see right here, I kind of hurt my elbow. Trying a ring to a dismount, which is far away. However, my momentum got askew and I ended up crashing to the unstable bridge elbow first. However, that didn't stop me too much. I just had to not do any obstacles in the meantime, and I felt decent. I was able to do okay-ish. It wasn't one of my best runs. But it wasn't a bad run for sure. I mean, I did pretty good. Only fell on 2 obstacles, and there are 2 obstacles I didn't feel comfortable with to start with. So you're just gonna see how this worked out. Up first was a spider wall to a cannonball, and from a cannonball you had to swing to a trust, and then you had to swing from a very high place to a dismount down below. Up next was a slack line, but this one was harder because it slanted up, so it was much easier to trip yourself. Up next was the floating boards. For some reason I just felt like not using my legs. I kind of misgrabbed the hold there. You were actually able to do the side on the back, but I chose not to because it wouldn't be as efficient and you didn't get any extra points. Next was the jump hang, so I got a nice run up, sprung onto the cargo net, and I only used my arms here because, again, I thought that saved time and I thought I had plenty of energy. Up next was going to be, I had to grab only the 2 sides of the rope. So as you can see, I'm not grabbing the middle string. Then make sure to get your momentum going onto the rings. But however, this is just like the eliminator process. So I started with the doorknobs on the back side because I always like to start with the harder one first. And there I go, I start the doorknobs. I started off slower to start with for reasons I'm not 100% sure, just because I didn't want to make a simple mistake. However, I just started skipping there and that felt a little bit nicer, I guess, but then I picked up my pace, and then once I got into the monkey bars, I knew I was home free on this obstacle. Just making sure I was able to get those swings right and get those big reaches. And final one was the ring toss, and I just used my normal strategy. Instead of going extremely far, just make sure you feel comfortable. Just go for a huge last swing there and nice easy dismount. Okay, so I know I'd be fine at this point. However, things get more difficult following here. 2 of the next 3 obstacles I did not feel comfortable with at all, to say the least. They were the flying bar and hang climb. The flying bar I've not practiced in months, and hang climb I don't practice pretty much ever because it's not really relevant in Ninja Warrior anymore, and I just don't feel comfortable with it. Now I'm shaking my forearms for the flying bar just because of how tough it is, and this is the only part which I might save energy, I guess. However, I just did not feel comfortable with to start with, and I'm preparing for a swing, and as you're going to see, I accidentally overshoot it on my right side. And if you were to tell me which obstacles I found hardest at the entire Ninja Lounge, I'd say flying bar and hang climb. But up next is a pole grasper. I'm comfortable with this and had no problem. Now I was preparing for the hang climb, the real tough one here. I'm getting chalk to prepare myself, and hopefully I can just do something. At this point I knew to win, I had to finish this obstacle. So I was thinking about that. I actually took off my shoes to try to get more traction. However, at this point I was kind of done. I guess going fast finally caught up to me here, but I knew in advance that I was not going to have anything left for this. Again, I just had nowhere to put my feet. They didn't feel comfortable to start with, and they just instantly fell off. I had nothing left for that. So that run put me in a position I'm not too familiar with, 5th place. Yeah, I know. Incredibly disappointing. There are a couple of athletes that did worse than me, like 3 or something like that, so it wasn't one of my best runs, but it was because I failed both the flying bar and the hang climb. Both obstacles I'm not too comfortable with. Flying bars just because I haven't practiced it for 3 months, 4 months, something like that, because they didn't have the pad there, and that would be just such an inconvenience to practice. And the hang climb I just don't like, period. I've only done that one like about 3 times total, and I just felt uncomfortable to start with. But however, I am kind of proud of one thing: my timing and pacing. I was able to do this course a lot faster than specifically like last week's course. And yeah, I was really glad I was able to move a lot faster on this course because I was the slowest of all the finishers by a couple of seconds. So I made sure not to take any rest. I went one obstacle straight into the other, and I beat all obstacles which I knew I could have beat, and I made sure not to waste too much energy. and I pretty much did arms only on a bunch of obstacles. So overall, am I happy with this run? I guess. I mean, not with my best runs, but I did work on pacing, and I was able to do well despite this thing here. And I'm still planning to compete at ATP tomorrow to get myself another placing. So I'm kind of relaxing today. Make sure I get prepared for ATP tomorrow, and I'm going to see you guys then.